respond after last night's workout? Well, they win the tip anyway. Shagwa winning that one, and SMU starts with the basketball. Jimmy Witt bringing it up court. Are some mismatches for SMU that would tend to favor SMU. Shake Milton guarded by Donovan Fields right now, and it gives up quite a bit of size in that matchup. Shagwa, of course, can pull from anywhere, and he drills his first three-point attempt of the night.
Yeah, that's something you gotta respect about Shagwa, is his shooting ability. 42% of his shots are from downtown, and he's shooting exceptionally, making 45% of those. You gotta close out, make him into a dribbler.
So a nice start offensively for SMU. Defensively, we'll see how they handle the other Mustangs, as we'll no doubt call them tonight. And the first shot, maybe forced just a touch, and SMU makes it a one and done for Cal Poly. Witt back at the other end with a quick trigger.
Well, Dave, talking to Coach Calero for Cal Poly, they're going to put up a lot of threes because he feels like that's the only way to win it against a team like this. Put up a lot of threes, and hopefully you shoot a good percentage, make about 30%, and that's the only way they feel like they can stay in this game.
Well, two misses.
And on that play right there, a little bit lackadaisical by the Cal Poly Mustangs.
Witt has picked things up offensively quite a bit for SMU in the last basically half dozen games. Took him a little while, but he seems to have found his role on the offensive end. Misses both free throws though, and that has been an ongoing issue for him. Well, once again, Cal Poly with an opportunity to get their scoring started for the night.
Cal Poly loves to run that horns action to get their shooters. Victor Joseph coming off a stagger screen. SMU scouted it well and really all there defensively.
2 seconds on the shot clock, and this one forced by Martin, but he drills the three-pointer. Josh Martin, the junior from Seattle, Washington. And that's a nice-looking shot.
And when the coaching staff of Cal Poly talks about Martin, he can do a little bit of everything. They love the ceiling that he has, and really they like the progression that he's made as a junior.
Milton with a little move on the baseline, can't get the first one to fall, got a second chance opportunity, and then Shagwa rejected by Hollingsworth, one of the better shot blockers in the game. And now baseline to other end, and Meikle can't get it to fall for Cal Poly.
And that's where Cal Poly has to be effective in transition. When they get that defensive rebound and have numbers, you gotta score and put pressure on SMU.
So offensively, not a lot going here the first nearly 3 minutes of this ball game. Milton trying to get
under 10 points per game. He's gotta have a great game in order for Cal Poly to really try to tussle and stay with the Mustangs.
First foul of the game against Fields. Second team foul of the half against Cal Poly. Underneath for Milton, double teamed in there, and he can't get a clean look.
Yeah, and that's a bucket that Milton has to make. I thought he was anticipating the block shot too much. Just go up strong, take the contact.
Joseph fires from 25 feet, and that one no good. So SMU trying to push it just a touch. And Witt with that mid-range jumper that has been so kind to him lately, and he drills it.
Well, you're absolutely right, Dave. 57% of the shots that Jimmy Witt makes are mid-range, and he's become that master of the mid-range. He found his lane. He's doing a great job staying in it. You got to really give him a three-point shot because he hadn't taken any all season long.
Air ball that time by Josh Martin.
Yeah, Josh Martin hit that first three, and I think he felt like he's going to be hot the whole game. You got to get your offense within your offense. He's not doing a good job in that regard.
Fields trying to push it just a little bit. A three-pointer. No good by Meikle. One and done again. Back and forth we go here with the first half.
You know, with Cal Poly, you have to kind of temper when you're being aggressive to take good shots. And I think they're kind of getting into the habit early on of taking what SMU is giving them, and that's not great looks offensively.
Shagwa feeding himself that time off the glass, and it's a 4-point advantage for SMU. Cal Poly has been aggressive on the offensive end. Meikle double teamed under there, but trying the reverse. Stuck underneath, however.
That's where Cal Poly needs to be smart. In that defense collapse, you got to kick it up out to your open shooter.
Oh, the drive and kick. We see this so much with SMU and Jaguar with the open threes. 2 for 2 in three-point shots here in the first game, and right near 6 rebounds a contest, but a very good opening 5+ minutes for Ethan Jaguar tonight. Crow pulls on one of his first touches of the game, but Cal Poly now 1 for 9 from the floor to begin the game. Maligu, and he'll pull from about 16 feet. Drops his first jumper.
I love the pace of Maligu. You never really see him get sped up, takes his time, and I think the calm demeanor is really symptomatic of the Mustangs top to bottom.
Three-pointer this time by Kuba Nijo. I mean, he wants to go by Kuba. His name's Jakub. He's from Poland, 6'7" junior who played stateside here at Howard College before transferring to Cal Poly.
And that was a good look from Cal Poly. The ball didn't just stick in one player's hand, and they got a shot in progression of the offense. And I think Cal Poly needs to try to do that a little bit more instead of that hero ball.
Maligu stretching it out just a little bit further.
I mean, David, he's top 8 in the country in three-point field goal percentage, so you got to know he's going to shoot it, and you can't allow him to get a good look at the rim.
That's a 12-3 SMU run at the moment.
See how SMU is extending their defense.
Meikle, and that's a three-pointer. He was just outside the line.
And that was a good shot. Draw the defense to him. Meikle went to the baseline. Defense didn't have time to adjust, even though it was a good closeout by SMU, but those are the type of looks that Cal Poly needs to try to replicate every time down the court.
Jaguar trying a little too hard to get that one inside. Joy Foster. Ooh, 115 wins at Cal Poly. You're right. I mean, they have been very disciplined at taking care of the basketball. A lot of times they'll want to play a slower, or rather this week, they won last night, making now 48-8.
Might not be a better coach right now in the country as far as way he's able to coach his players and the way they're responding than Tim Jankovic.
A rebound for Okoye Gao, just checked in the game.
Pay attention, Jamal McMurray just got in the game, and anytime he touches the ball, you can tell excitement abounds.
A nice move there by Milton to stay with it and pick up the bucket. SMU by 8. And another long three off the mark by Nijo. Might well be the first offensive rebound tonight for Cal Poly. Move it around.
I like the patience by Cal Poly on this offensive set.
Martin got the start, got his first three. Pardon me, his second three. Martin hit the first of the game for Cal Poly. Just his third start of the year. He's been hampered by a torn MCL, missed 6 games because of it. Murray almost created an opportunity for himself. Maligu steps back and he drills another one.
I mean, I say it again, I say it many times, 59% of Meligu's shots are threes, and he's making close to 6% of those. You got to keep him away from that three-point line.
Well, and lofted up, no good, but another second chance for Cal Poly.
Doing a good job of getting second chance scoring opportunities. You got to make these count.
James, the freshman, fires but off the mark again, and another offensive board and a great look, but foul call.
Does lead the Big West in three-point made at 8.5, but I think this is going to be something they're going to continue to do throughout the game and just try to get hot.
Witt on the drive, and he'll kick it out. Dre Foster has been quiet in these early moments. Mellier, nice crossover, and he is fouled. We're going to.
Was kind of struggling from the free throw line. The few players in the country that shoots better from distance than they do from the charity stripe.
Well, manages the first foul. One against Victor Joseph, his first, and it's the third team foul of the half against Cal Poly. He gets a second to fall as well. So a 10-point SMU lead.
Notice, Dave, every time Donovan Fields comes off a pick and roll, SMU's hard hedging. They do not want to let him get loose, doing a good job of really containing Fields in this first half.
Fields a good job of finding freshman Carlos DeRosa in the lane.
On the interior. Really, Dave, they're going to need more of that. Keep running this horns high action and moving the ball around and just being judicious and selective.
Another three-point attempt by Nijo, and the junior drills it as well.
Nijo is a guy who comes out on the court from Poland and is a shooter, one of those European guys that believes he can make and take every shot that he can for this game.
Well, SMU, and McMurray fires but misses everything, and that one. Well, all of their points have come on three-pointers except that one little lay-in 2 possessions ago. And they will continue.
Well, talking to Coach Calero, look, he understands that he doesn't have the athletes of SMU, but when you take and make threes, you kind of negate the athleticism of SMU, even if they're making threes. And so I think his game plan is sound, and Boise State tried that last night, just not able to knock him down.
Well, that is some great interior passing between the bigs as Garoza got the dunk. And it makes it a 3-point game. Shagwad draws 2 defenders but can't find an open man. SMU has seen Cal Poly score the last 7 points. Witt from about 17, and he hits it.
Again, the master of the mid-range, Jimmy Witt, knows where his sweet spot is, and that's basically anywhere inside the 3-point line. Good ball movement by the Mustangs. Be interested to see if Donovan Fields can get going before halftime. The fact that Cal Poly is in this game without him, Pac-12, you got to protect home court and then try to win half on the road. And so their ability to sustain that here has really been one of the reasons why SMU has been one of the better teams in America in the last 3 years.
A transfer from Arkansas, sat out all of last year, and slower start this season for Witt as a Mustang. I mean, he started every single game, but offensively, he's averaging just under 8 points a game going into the contest against UTRGV. And from that point forward, 18 points, 14 points, 12 points, 19. He's really found himself offensively.
Yeah, 5 starters all averaging in double figures for the Mustangs, and I think once they get into the American Conference play after this game, that's going to bode well for them because you have that balance, and you really can't just shut down one player and think you're going to have your way with SMU. A lot of balance.
Jumper no good.
I'm talking to Coach Calero, and he wanted to shoot around 30% and just hoist up some threes, and now they're a little under 40%. Only down 6, really right where they want to be in this basketball game.
Shagwab whistled with a foul, his first in this first half. Cal Poly, well, they'll pull on the jumper. Fields off the mark though, and Witt will bring it up quickly. And
activity by Cal Poly. Never really have given up in this game, playing head-to-head with SMU and really within striking distance.
Witt's been aggressive with the dribble drive. Gets it out to Milton, and he'll pull from 3.
Wow, great contest by Fields, but Milton was just locked in for that 3-pointer.
For the other Mustangs now, Joseph.
I really like Cal Poly to go inside out. try to get some open looks that way.
Certainly outsized on the perimeter, and then dribbling into the paint hasn't really opened up much for them. Now Fields will fire, and that one no good. Up ahead quickly, a Meligu. And Shagwell will pull it back out. Meligu already with 10 points, Shagwell with 8 for SMU, so those are the two hot hands at the moment. Milton, I say that, it just hit the three a moment ago, misfires that time. Foster maybe. Well, Foster hits the first one, but Stephen, I was going to ask you earlier today, I was thinking about this, there are a handful of SMU Mustangs who are, sub 60% at the line, and Foster's right at 60%. To me, that seems like a cause for concern once you get into conference play.
Absolutely, because you're not going to be throwing out teams once you get in American Conference play against Cincinnati, Wichita State, Memphis, Houston, and so your ability to seal the deal on the charity stripe is going to be imperative. And you look at a Meligu, Witt.
Cal Poly's basketball out of that timeout. Well, I feel like this is what we've seen a lot of, just sling it around the perimeter. Nija, and he can't hit. Long rebound for Shagwa. His fourth here in the first half to go along with 8 points. Another productive first half for the freshman. Milton.
Mustangs by far by minutes played this year. Really just a good veteran play.
Trevor John checks on for Cal Poly, the son of Jay John, former coach at Oregon State.
And Trevor John, the best shooter for Cal Poly, so I wouldn't be surprised if they try to set something up for him to get a corner baseline three during shoot around this morning. I don't remember too many times where he missed a shot.
A turnover for Cal Poly. Greg Foster kicks out. Milton wide open, and they'll rattle it in.
And that's one of the things, David, that pressure gets you. Just a little miscue, turns into transition, wide open shot for Shake Milton.
Well, SMU on a 9-0 run to open this one up a little bit here in the first half. Inside 5 minutes to play. Cal Poly a little frazzled offensively. And in and out, Landrum comes away with it for SMU. Milton again. This time it won't go for him. Well, there's a man, John, in the corner, and he hits the three-pointer. And Cal Poly staying right on script.
Yeah, Trevor John really likes those baseline threes. You have to be aware of him whenever he's on the court.
Shagwa. Didn't miss it all that time. 13-point lead. And Cal Poly seeing a little pressure.
Yeah, SMU with a 1-2-2 press. They were working on it today in shoot around. They didn't get the trap this time, but if the opportunity presents it, they will trap.
Crow just checked in, has the basketball, 10 on the shot clock.
As you mentioned earlier, Crow, a local Dallas kid, and they have Wilson in the media guide, and I asked the guy, like, where is that? I've never heard of it. I thought it was one of those guys that, lived in Waxahachie and tried to claim Dallas, but they were talking about Woodrow Wilson, and that's where they tricked me. I've heard of Woodrow Wilson, but Wilson, I'd never heard of that.
It's a little less than 5 miles from where we sit. Kick out, and Shake Milton drops in another one. Milton, in double digits in the first half, has 13 points to lead all scorers.
Well, Dave, you're seeing early on one of the reasons why SMU's been so successful this year, their assist rate at 68. So 68% of all their possessions, they get an assist on. That's top 4 in the country. That means a lot of happy campers. A
little better than 2.5 minutes to play first half. SMU little slower start first couple of minutes, but they have found their stride once again, offensively and defensively. And now
it's the offensive flow of SMU.
Jamal McMurray. Give it up.
You don't want to get the ball in the corner against this diamond and one. That's where Cal Poly wants to trap.
Nope, way out there that time. And Foster with a long rebound and a good look to a Gal underneath, but he's fouled. Where it picks up the foul. Gal. It's his first free throw. And the senior from South Sudan. The transfer, played at Louisville, transferred to Georgetown, 8 games started, and then 32 games total at Georgetown before transferring to SMU. And he's a guy, big physical presence. Hasn't been a great start for him in 2017, but a guy who, if they can get him going, you figure out his spot in this offense and in the defense, he really could be an important factor for them.
Yeah, defensively, his ability to rim protect, and really just his experience as an interior player be big for SMU.
He's working against a big guy in Hollingsworth and comes away with a rebound on that air ball.
Yes.
SMU.
Donovan Fields really has been struggling the last 4 games, really can't get anything going. You can really think the length and athleticism of SMU is really bothering him offensively.
Trying to reset inside 10 of the shot clock. Foster lost that one. Tim Jankovic to be concerned with in this first half, especially again, Stephen, considering they played last night against Boise State, a good game. A lot of guys on the floor right now played considerable minutes. I don't think you could call a lack of energy or anything like that.
And I think they've really responded well.
On the inbounds, good look that time for Luke Meikle. Meikle, the senior, rattles that one in to make it a 14-point game.
And the teams they played aren't cupcakes. Boise State, very good team, and Cal Poly beat a very good College of Charleston basketball team. Again, SMU's done a good job of really taking Donovan Fields out of any action. 17 minutes and 0 points for their lead scorer.
Equal just
Boise State to 22 points in the first half. And you remember the game we did, Northwestern State set an American record, holding them to 8 in the first half. Wow.
Attempted alley-oop, a little off the mark that time by Meligu. So a chance for Cal Poly to finish maybe on a high note here with the basketball. 6 seconds left. Fields trying to get something going. John a little bit out of position. 1 second and Fields fires. Dave Raymond, Stephen Howard with you tonight. Great to have you along with us. Final non-conference game for SMU. Cal Poly, they'll stay here. They got here late Sunday night. Cal Poly is going to stay here. They've got a game against UT Arlington on Thursday. So Martin had 6 points in the first half to go along with 3 rebounds, and that free throw right there puts him with Luke Meikle as the top scorer so far tonight for the visiting Mustangs. And he drops them both in.
One of the things about Cal Poly during this 3-game losing streak, they've only been shooting a little over 18% from 3, so doing a lot better tonight against SMU at 30%, so they're still in this game. If they can string along some threes and get some stops defensively.
Oh, they get a stop here. Shagwell misfires on the 3.
That's another guy, Donovan Fields, 0 points, their leading scorer. Leads in the assists, third in rebounds, and he was basically nullified in the first half by the blanket defense by SMU.
Martin trying to create something, but can't get it done off the side iron. Witt trying to push it just a little bit tonight. And SMU, as we've seen so many times, very patient, very disciplined in the half-court set. There's no way Milton's passing up on that one, Nelson. The three-pointer is good.
I mean, I don't understand that defense. He made threes in the first half, shooting 50% from distance, and you basically just let him sit out there, measure the wind, check for lighting, and knock down a three.
Right back at the other end, Victor Joseph answers with a three-pointer of his own. But I'm with you, 16 points so far for Milt, the lead all scorers. There's no way you want to get in that kind of time, kind of a look from anywhere on the floor. Witt inside the line, and that one's been there.
I mean, he's almost automatic in that mid-range. I mean, teams are just giving him that shot, and he is just taking it.
Witt now with 5 points tonight. 3 rebounds as well. The up and under, and that one won't spin in for Martin. Meligu with the open three, and he hit it. Some contact afterwards, but no call.
You know, when you play against SMU in defensive transition, you got to get back and find your man. You can't just...
Well, Meligu right now is tracking for the best season ever at SMU. And by a long...
Yeah, not even close. Like 7 percentage points.
Gal thought about it.
I think we all think about it.
There's no doubt.
But having that discipline not to pull the shot when you don't have it.
Well, Witt that time couldn't hit the mid-range jumper, and so Cal Poly with the basketball coming back. 17 minutes to play in this one.
Dave, I really think Donovan Fields has to be a little bit aggressive offensively. He needs to seek out his shot, maybe even force some, but he's got to get something going for Cal Poly.
Well, 7 on the shot clock. Somebody is going to have to get something going here. Joseph looking, finds Martin for 3, and he can't hit.
And that's when the ball needs to be in Donovan Fields' hands. I know he doesn't have much confidence, hasn't been playing well, but I mean, your leader, even as a junior, he's got to make something happen. 30. So I would think all the Cal Poly gear in here have some sort of relation to Crow.
Well, and they'll get a chance to see a little more of him when they play UT Arlington on Thursday night as well. On jumper off the mark. Foster with the rebound for SMU. That's got to be pretty cool, though, for Crow to be able to come back and show everybody what he's been up to in college.
You got to get in 2 games.
Well, Dre Foster get it going finally.
What I was going to say is one of the benefits of SMU is right now on the court you have 4 guys that can push it up in transition. Really puts the pressure on defensive transitions for Cal Poly.
Now cleared out the paint that time, and on the miss, Witt able to come away with a rebound for SMU. Foster got a bucket last time, and a foul.
Doubled that, almost doubled rebounds. His 3-point percentage almost doubled, and you're looking at a guy right now, the way he's playing, he's going to make some money somewhere. And again, that's all done in your off-season work.
Had the 20 points against Arizona earlier this year. Last year, the conference's 6th man of the year.
And you really look at the efficiency with which he's playing. Hasn't missed a shot today. Yesterday, the only thing he missed was a
SMU turnover, and Cal Poly with a basketball. A little better than 15 minutes to play in this one.
You know, both teams did well in the first half. Only 6 turnovers apiece. Careless basketball in a couple last possessions by SMU.
Well, the senior Victor Joseph on the run that time out of Rancho Cucamonga.
You just really wanted to say that, didn't you?
All night long with the Chaffey College, transferred to Cal Poly. So he goes from Rancho Cucamonga to San Luis Obispo.
I mean, not too many people stay in Rancho Cucamonga, from what I've heard.
Offensive rebound that time, Witt.
Foster.
That's a couple SMU turnovers last few possessions. Last time Cal Poly able to get a bucket out of it. And Joseph made it happen. This time that jumper not there for him. Well, inside 10 seconds now on the shot clock. 5 seconds, and Joseph has to force it, and then Knuckler won't fall. And a great reaction that time by Josh Martin just to get something off. didn't go, but avoided the violation. And Dre Foster on the drive. That one fell, but I think they shorted me a bucket. Certainly you'll feel that way. McGow backing his man down, and 235-pound senior hits the free throw. It's I suppose it's worth pointing out, prior to today's game, he had not made a shot from the floor yet. He was 0 for 7. Not that many opportunities. It's just the 7th game at which he has played. Hits both those free throws. Gives him 4 points for the night. And Milton back on the floor. I can't help but think, though, that there's, despite the small numbers for a gal so far this season, that he might have a bigger role later on this season.
Small lineup out here by SMU. Dre Foster, the biggest player.
Well, didn't get the turnover, but took that one out of bounds. It'll be a shorter shot clock as a result on the inbounds. And then they do get
down. Give you that opportunity at least to get the second chance scoring opportunity, but you just can't throw it out of bounds.
So now SMU, that small lineup, we'll see how they look offensively. McMurray with a good spin move in the lane. The floater no good, but he is
get something going, but having McMurray on that bench second unit to really create an aggressive identity for them is going to be a huge benefit to SMU once American Conference play starts.
First points of the night tonight after 16 yesterday. His SMU debut last night against Boise State. McMurray, the transfer from South Florida, last year averaged better than 20 points a game in a handful of games in South Florida.
Cal Poly has a mismatch down on the interior. Rosa defended by Witt.
All right, Fields finally takes charge, gets the drive and the layup, his first points of the night. Leading scorer for Cal Poly, at least, is now in the points column.
I think it's no coincidence with the small lineup, no rim protection, is when Donovan Fields finally makes it into the. He loves that baseline three on either side.
Foster, one-on-one, first one up there, no good, and rebound pulled down by Nijo. Now Nijo for three. Good looking shot, but Witt rips it one down. McMurray puts up a three and drills it.
That's the exact spot I saw him playing one-on-one with an array of creative moves. And again, Jamal McMurray makes those uncoachable type plays that aren't always your favorite, but he's going to make it exciting.
5 quick points for him now. And now other end, Meikle with a nice touch in the lane.
Well, Meikle's got 4 inches on the Meligu on the interior. That's a spot that they want to try and go after again to see how long they can milk that.
Foster drives, he's fouled.
Greg's not the coach anymore.
Yeah, I thought we cleared this up.
But, I mean, I thought you were messing with me.
No, a couple changes since Forrest. 58-39 is Foster hits first free throw. We're talking about his that's on the floor, 20-point SMU lead, a little better than 11.5 to play.
And you see Coach Jankovic staying with this full court pressure, and he's getting stuff out of it repeatedly.
An open look for McMurray. Got it.
And then they'll, get lackadaisical and start letting up. But SMU gets a lead, and they keep it going. They keep their foot on your throat. They just don't let up, and that's what you got to have if you want to be a championship contending team.
Well, into the corner, Cal Poly gets the open three for Nijo, and he drills it again. So Kuba having a nice game for Cal Poly. Cal Poly, they like their bigs. Not afraid to go out there and shoot it a little bit. Neither is Shagwa, and he drills his. Not bashful at all, the 6'9" freshman. Shagwa in double digits along with Milton. And a Meligu. Well, this time Fields, not a whole lot to it, but at least got a shot off. No good, and SMU quickly back the other way. Melligu wants it. And he'll take it.
And Dave, that's a difficult shot. Pump fake, step back, three-point shot. 58% shooter from distance. High degree of difficulty.
Well, the three-point shooting contest continues. This one, though, no good for Meikle.
Ooh. Witt might have got away with a little bit of an offensive push. Forearm to the throat.
Well, Fields pushing it quickly. John from the corner. And Melligu tips it out. SMU will run it back. So these teams back and forth quickly. Murray up top and Melligu. Wow! There's no range, there's no limit.
You're talking about the 8th best three-point shooter in the country, and he has shown that today. Wow. Ben Melligu, 5 for 5 from distance. He has not missed a shot.
Kuba Nijo back with the hand in the face, falling backward, hits his three.
Gotta remember, Dave, this is the game plan of Coach Calero. He wants to shoot a lot of threes and try to get up and down, but the one thing they're not doing is they're not getting any stops defensively.
Oh, with the dunk off the baseline. They'll get a little creative here offensively at SMU, giving these fans something to cheer about in the second half. It's a blowout, but SMU putting on a display. Fields.
A poster by Witt.
Eight and a half to play. And Cal Poly trying to get into the big. Hollingsworth, and he's off the glass and in. For Hollingsworth, that's his 4 points. Their leader, Kuba Nijo, with 12 so far. And a good clear that time by Fields. Does not have numbers. Wisely pulls it back out, or he started to.
Good job by SMU loading to the ball in defensive transition and getting a little deflection. Oh.
Numbers still with plenty of time to go in this one. Nearly 8 minutes to play. And sitting on 73 points. Milton will fire from 3.
But your typical SMU basketball game, 16 assists on 22 made field goals.
Fields with a miss. And McMurray trying to race it up for SMU.
McMurray almost beat 3 Cal Poly defenders back.
Oh. Creates a shot for himself inside the line, worth 2 points. And it's 75-47.
He just makes buckets. And you got to be aware of him at all times.
Now he's in double digits. 4 Mustangs, that is SMU Mustangs in double digits.
Remember, he's been sitting for a year, so he's had a lot of time to think stuff over.
Free throw off the mark for Victor Joseph. A very good free throw shooter, over 87% this year. And now some substitutions for SMU. Melligu and Witt will get a breather.
You know, you look at McMurray and you think he was the guy at South Florida. Why would you want to leave that situation and then be a complimentary player? But, you know, some guys just don't want to lose. And you get a team like SMU that's doing well and playing that style of basketball that you want to play. And guys are attracted to that. And Coach Jankovic has done an exceptional job of really improving upon what Coach Larry Brown started.
He's working some pretty sweet shoes tonight.
You know, SMU has a lot of shoes going on out there that don't necessarily match the color scheme. Shagwell is wearing some mint green, and I'm trying to figure out where in SMU colors that came from. But you know, Coach Jankovic in shoot-around today had on some canary yellow LeBrons. He called them his lucky LeBrons, and so maybe they're taking a cue from him.
Joseph too strong, and Landrum clears it. Murray, oh.
He's going to pass as a last option. He's really thinking about shooting. But yeah, trying to do a little bit too much on that possession.
Well, last night, SMU put up 86 on Boise State, their biggest offensive outburst of the year. Today, certainly a chance to stretch just a bit beyond that if they can finish strong. Victor Joseph with a nice three-pointer.
And again, this is just the way that you want to go into conference season play, just the way you want to go into your Christmas break.
And over the head fake, and he is stopped on the attempted lay-in. Martin.
Nice
now
pass.
The alley-oop no good, and a foul home. And to South Florida on New Year's Eve. So into conference play a couple of games before the new year, and then a tough road swing at Tulane, at Cincinnati, before coming home for Temple.
Taco Falls, and then South Florida, former home of Jamal McMurray. With the exception of UCF, a nice early favorable schedule for SMU.
Five and a half to play. When I say tough road swing, we talk about conference play in the American. They're all going to be tough road swings. Murray's three-pointer, no good. Chagwa keeps it alive, and Landrum can't finish it. But he'll get a hand in there and briefly give them an opportunity before Hollingsworth takes care of it for Cal Poly. Fields, the fact that he has not been real present offensively, he is an unbelievable free throw shooter, one of the best in the country. In fact, that's his 29th make of the year and 30 attempts. 5th best free throw shooting percentage in the country.
Unbelievable athlete as well, was a high school quarterback, got an offer from Army, and I asked him how come he didn't play football. He said he just loved basketball and wanted to continue doing that.
That's pretty cool. You have that kind of a decision to make. In his career, he's a junior. In his career, he has missed just 12 free throws. Chagwa in the lane gets the easy bucket. Fields working on McMurray. Highlighted the two of them in our open tonight. The three-pointer from Mijo, way off the mark. The air ball gives it back to SMU. Winding down to 10 on the shot clock. McMurray. There for him. Shagwell will give it right back to him. 3 on the shot clock. You better fire something. There it goes. Got it, of course.
I mean, that's within his range.
13 points for McMurray after his 16-point effort last night. And now back at the other end, Victor Joseph again from the corner. The senior drills the 3.
I mean, like I say,
3-game losing streak tonight, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen. Came in at 4 wins, 7 losses, and maybe looking forward a little more to Big West play than they are to their non-conference schedule.
even though they're not coming out with the win, they are shooting a lot better. Distance shots is imperative for Cal Poly victories.
Murray, one-on-one, breaks down his defender, but the 3 won't go. James closed quickly on him after he realized what had just happened. That one rolling up there that time. No good by Garrett.
Now McMurray's a player that you can just put out there and say, hey, you got to score buckets. The concern for him and what he's going to have to be able to do is meld his game into that of SMU, which is a pass-happy, share the basketball team without losing his scoring identity and aggressiveness.
Well, 2.5 to play in this one. SMU. I know you like it when I do this, but I'm going to call it SMU. It's got to win them all, that's all. Win every single game and hope that some sort of confluence of events that are unlikely at best, well, maybe you get yourself in the playoffs.
Yeah, but doesn't Detroit have to lose a game for them to get into the playoffs?
Right.
I thought that was one of the scenarios.
Different teams that have to lose games for them to get in the playoffs, which by the way is kind of weird. How do you win 10 games, provided they win out?
Yeah.
How do you win 10 games, go 5-1 in your own division, and not get the playoffs?
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll have to ask House Abrams' dad. Number 2, though, is Koyagao, who is at the line. You know, they're Cal Poly's head coach, Joe Calero. We were talking about him earlier tonight in his 9th year. He's getting his Mustangs ready for the Big West. How about this? He's one of 16 kids in his family.
Wow.
Ready to, run a couple of different lineups out there with your own brothers and sisters.
I'm still at 16 brothers and sisters.
I mean, it's just nuts.
Still at that.
Well, Abrams dumps one in from the baseline. (82-59) SMU.
I mean, there was never a time when you couldn't field a team at the park.
I'm guessing that he's got some legitimate stories of surviving in that household, man.
Yeah.
Now James Pyle on the floor now for SMU. Sophomore from Overland Park, Kansas.
He's the cover boy.
He is a cover boy tonight here. Moody Coliseum on the handout to all the fans get when they come in. Game program. 1:25 to go in this one.
I think they used the mean filter on this cover because it looks really mean on that cover of the magazine.
On the Wilfong tradition here. That one would have been good for 3. And a long rebound. Loose ball picked up by SMU a minute ago. Landrum with a finish. When we talk about things just clearing out for you, the 6-foot freshman from Tulsa. The seas parted.
Man.
And he took care of the rest. Got to be the shoes.
This has got to be.
Derek rattles one in. Those are sweet, by the way.
So is that something you would rock?
Not likely. I haven't seen any multicolored Yeezys yet, so.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Oh, my goodness. David Raymond. Wow. How, Sway? How?
Now, Pyle. His 9th game of the year. You know, these minutes, when you get these opportunities, man, you're dying for this chance at the free throw line, right?
Yeah, but it is hard when you've been sitting down for 39 minutes to make anything. When the fate of walk-ons across the world rest on your shoulders.
James on that baseline, boy, all the way across to Crow, and the hometown kid with a 3-pointer in the final minute of the game. Good for Mark Crow. As you mentioned earlier, over 30 family and friends, coaches, former teammates here from Woodrow Wilson High School, and SMU will dribble it out. They'll finish with a 20-point win. 2 really nice wins back-to-back nights.
Yeah,